Earbuds are usually simple. You connect them, you play music, and that is it. But the Liberty 5 Pro Max does not stay in that simple space for long. The moment you start using the case, you realize it is not just about listening anymore. It is about control, convenience, and how quickly you can access features without breaking your flow. And it does not stop there. It goes beyond control in ways you do not expect at first. Even their calling quality will genuinely surprise you the moment you experience it. So with that said, let us get into the details. Before the earbuds even come into play, the case sets the tone. The Liberty 5 Pro Max keeps things clean and practical. It's compact, easy to slip into a pocket, and feels properly refined. The sliding mechanism is smooth, and overall it delivers that familiar premium earbud experience without any fuss. But the impressive thing is this touchscreen display. It's 1.78-inch AMOLED display. And at first, it feels like a feature added just for show. A touchscreen on a case sounds unnecessary, but after daily use, it starts to make sense fast. It removes friction. You can control ANC, check battery, manage playback, start recordings, use translation, and adjust settings straight from the case without touching your phone. The display itself is also surprisingly sharp and responsive, closer to a smartwatch than an accessory screen. And 5 Pro also gives you a touch screen on the case, but it's much more focused on quick controls and basic functions. But Pro Max turns it into a full-featured system that can handle far more on its own. After a few days, it becomes less of a novelty and more of a habit, not because it looks flashy, but because it saves time. Now as for earbuds, they are very light, with a compact shape that sits naturally in the ear. You also get 5 ear tip sizes and 3 ear wing options, which makes it easy to find a secure fit. And its seal improves sound, boosts ANC, and keeps things stable during workouts or long sessions. Most importantly, they fade into the background after a while. That's usually the best sign of comfort. Also, the magnets inside the case feel really strong. You don't have to carefully align the buds every time. Just get them near the slots and they snap right in, then stay locked in place nice and secure. Add the IP55 rating, and you've got something built for daily use without worry. This is where the Pro Max separates itself from almost everything else. The headline feature is AI Note Taker. With a simple double tap on the case, recording starts instantly. No phone or complicated setup needed. Later, the recording syncs with the SoundCore app, where AI-generated transcripts, summaries, speaker identification, and action items become available. For meetings, lectures, interviews, brainstorming sessions, and travel notes, it's genuinely practical. More importantly, it's convenient. Because unlike dedicated AI recorders, you're already carrying these earbuds every day. And it supports translation features. It feels like a shared conversation where you don't have to worry about language at all. You wear the buds, the other person uses the case, and both of you just speak normally in your own languages. The system handles the rest, translating everything in real time, so you hear it directly through the buds, while the other person follows along through the case and the app. However, 5 Pro also supports real-time translation, but it works through the Anker app rather than directly from the case since it doesn't have the same recording and display system as the Pro Max. Offline voice controls are another pleasant surprise. Instead of relying on internet connectivity, the earbuds process commands locally. Also, it works on both 5 Pro and Pro Max. As a result, actions like changing tracks, adjusting volume, switching ANC modes, or answering calls happen almost instantly. It's one of those features that feels small until you use it repeatedly. At the core of both Liberty 5 Pro and Liberty 5 Pro Max is SoundCore's Thus AI chip, and this is really the brain behind the entire experience. Instead of splitting tasks across systems, it handles calls, ANC, sound tuning, and voice control in one flow, which keeps everything more consistent. So for calls, it pulls data from multiple sensors and separates your voice from background noise directly on device. As a result, even in loud places, your voice stays clear while noise drops into the background. For ANC, it continuously adjusts outside sound in real time, which keeps isolation smooth without sudden shifts. Voice control also runs offline with around 20 commands, so responses feel instant without cloud delay. And since it uses a compute-in-memory design, Data does not keep moving between memory and processing, which helps reduce delay and keeps everything responsive in use. Now let's talk about the feature that impressed us most.
And that is the microphones. Right now I'm speaking with the earbuds on, in a pretty noisy environment. Without the buds, this is what you hear. Just full background noise. But through the earbuds, my voice stays front and clear. The noise gets reduced heavily, and the output feels surprisingly clean and stable.
It was genuinely impressive in this area. They approached it differently. Instead of simply reducing background noise, the system focuses on identifying and preserving your voice first. To make that happen, soundcore combines 8 microphones, 2 VPS with bone conduction technology, AI voice isolation, and the new Thus AI platform. That's an enormous amount of processing power dedicated to one task, and it makes sure people can hear you. While using, the results are impressive. Whether we were taking calls in busy coffee shops, crowded airports, noisy streets, or open office environments, the earbuds consistently delivered some of the best call quality we've experienced from true wireless earbuds. The most impressive part isn't that background noise disappears, it's that your voice remains natural. These earbuds handle the balance better. Even in difficult environments, conversations sound remarkably normal. That's likely why soundcore earned a Guinness World Record certification for speech quality performance. For remote workers, frequent travelers, business professionals, and anyone who spends hours on calls every week, this might be the single strongest reason to buy these earbuds. The same processing power that improves call quality also drives the ANC system. And this is where the Thus AI platform starts making even more sense. Rather than applying a fixed level of cancellation, it constantly adapts to what's happening around you. Soundcore calls it Adaptive ANC 4.0. Behind the scenes, multiple sensors constantly track surrounding noise, while the AI system processes a very large stream of noise data every second. In actual use, the adaptive behavior becomes surprisingly noticeable. Move from a quiet room into a busy street, and the earbuds respond almost immediately. Step onto public transportation, and the low-frequency rumble begins fading away within moments. The strongest performance comes from those everyday sounds that slowly drain your energy. The Liberty 5 Pro series does an excellent job. The experience feels much more natural, quieter, calmer, and easier to live with for extended periods. While Bose may still hold the crown for absolute ANC performance, soundcore is much closer to that level than the pricing would suggest. Of course, none of these features matter if the earbuds don't sound good. Fortunately, they do. It uses 9.2mm wallpaper diaphragm drivers, and the overall tuning feels surprisingly mature. Instead of chasing exaggerated bass or overly bright treble, soundcore went for balance. Bass has plenty of impact when a track calls for it. Movie soundtracks carry satisfying weight. At the same time, vocals remain clear. That's where these earbuds really shine. They don't try to impress you during the first 5 minutes, instead they remain enjoyable after 5 hours. Then the mid-range deserves particular praise. Vocals come through clearly, acoustic instruments maintain texture, and spoken content sounds rich and detailed. Meanwhile, the treble provides enough detail to keep music engaging without becoming sharp or fatiguing. Then there's HearEye 5.0. This continues to be one of soundcore's most useful features. The system analyzes your hearing profile and listening preferences before generating a personalized EQ curve. Normally, these personalization tools produce subtle improvements. Here, the difference is genuinely noticeable. The sound becomes more tailored, more balanced, and ultimately more enjoyable. Combined with AI sound enhancement, which attempts to recover detail lost through Bluetooth compression, the listening experience feels surprisingly sophisticated. Battery performance is solid across the board. With ANC enabled, you're looking at roughly 6.5 hours from the earbuds and up to 28 hours with the charging case. Even with multiple smart features active, endurance remains respectable. Fast charging is excellent as well. Just 5 minutes of charging can provide up to 4 hours of playback, which solves one of the most common frustrations people have with wireless earbuds. Both Liberty 5 and 5 Pro Max support the standard Qi wireless charging protocol, so you can simply place them on a compatible charging pad. But the Pro Max takes that convenience a step further with built-in magnets in the case. It snaps into position, and stays securely aligned on the charger instead of sliding or wobbling around. So where does that leave us? The Liberty 5 Pro Max is already a very strong package, excellent call quality with strong ANC, and it pushes the concept much further. The smart screen, AI note taker, translation tools, and productivity-focused features create an experience that feels genuinely different from most competitors. And that's ultimately what makes these earbuds stand out. It combines communication, productivity, convenience, and audio performance into a package that feels surprisingly complete. That was all. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to share your experience in the comments.